Hello, everyone. I want to begin with a question. Have you ever felt like you were stuck in a waiting room, praying and hoping for something, but it seemed like God wasn't listening? Maybe you've been waiting for a breakthrough in your career, a healing, or a sign that things are going to change. And when the answer doesn't come quickly, doubts creep in. But today, I want to encourage you to trust in God's perfect timing, because His timing isn't just good, it's perfect. In the book of Ecclesiastes, we find the following words: "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." Just as the seasons change and unfold in their own timing, so does God's plan for our lives. We might not understand why certain doors remain closed or why some seasons last longer than others, but there is a purpose in every delay and every wait. God's timing is always better than ours because He sees the big picture. He knows what's best for us, not only for today, but for our future. It's easy to fall into common misconceptions about trusting in God's timing. Some of us think that waiting means God is withholding blessings from us, as if He's sitting back, watching us struggle. Others believe that if things don't happen on our timeline, then we must be doing something wrong. Still, others worry that trusting God's timing means that life will just pass us by. But these are misunderstandings of who God truly is. Our Heavenly Father loves us deeply. He's not indifferent or ignoring us. Trusting in His timing doesn't mean God is holding back something good. It means He's preparing something perfect. If we can overcome these misconceptions, we open ourselves to a new level of peace and faith, knowing that He is actively working in our lives. So how do we move past these misconceptions? How do we trust God's timing when we feel anxious and uncertain? First, release the need for control. The first step is to recognize that control is an illusion. When you release your desire to control every aspect of your life, you're surrendering to God's perfect plan. Just as the psalmist says, "Wait for the Lord, be strong, and take heart and wait for the Lord," you can trust that He will provide exactly when you need it. This allows you to let go of worry because you know God is faithful to provide. Second, choose faith over fear. That's because fear is often what makes you doubt God's timing. But if you choose faith over fear, you declare, "I trust God's perfect timing for my life." Faith enables you to lean on His wisdom rather than your understanding. When you choose to believe that God's timing is better than your own, you open yourself to see His blessings unfold. And third, see waiting as an opportunity for growth. You can view waiting as a time to grow because waiting on God builds your faith and reminds you of His sovereignty. Through waiting, God teaches you patience, humility, and trust, drawing you closer to Him. It is during these moments that you learn God's timing is purposeful and will bring blessings that you might miss if you rush ahead. Now, how do you apply this to your everyday life? In those moments of impatience, when you want answers right now, remember that God has a reason for the wait. Maybe He's preparing your heart, teaching you something you wouldn't learn otherwise, or positioning you for a greater blessing. When you let go of your timeline, you make room for God to work His miracles in your life. So the next time you're waiting, whether it's for a job, a healing, or a change in your situation, remind yourself that God's timing is trustworthy. Today, I want to invite you to let go of your need for control. Enjoy God's timing with an open heart and a willing spirit. Release your worries and allow God to move in His perfect timing, knowing that He will provide, guide, and fulfill His promises. Thank God for being your ever-faithful guide and for knowing what is best for you even when you do not understand. Ask God to help you to release your need for control and to trust in His perfect timing. May our good and merciful God strengthen your faith and remind you daily that He is working everything out for your good. May you realize today that God's timing is not just good, it's perfect. Walk in faith, knowing He is always on time.